Hello, hi. Well, Merry Christmas to all of you. Santa Claus came down the chimney and left me a nice card, totally in style. Well, he landed in the fireplace, and I have a picture of that for you. Him landing on the fireplace. Him landing in the fireplace. A little further away, a little closer. There we go. And and he said, "Ho ho ho." Uh, um, I come down to the very houses, not just the houses with children. All right, yeah. And went back in time, good times, my son being around, growing years, and faithfully wrapping gifts and leaving milk and cookies and taking it out so that he had to think Santa has drunk the milk and eaten the cookies. So he believed in it, totally believed in it. Yeah, anyways. So I brought the topic up of having presented years ago when Prana was six, or was it five, 6 or 7? Six, I think, 6, 5 or 6. Home and Garden magazine and yoga to a friend of mine and yoga to my cousin who taught the classes. And I said, those back then young ladies have grown up and yeah. So have had, not gotten married or had children, which is a tragedy. And I thought I had picked up a subscription for Elle Canada, totally ditzy magazine, just jewelry, skirts, and all sorts of fashions, and I faithfully looked up some. I even called up a Montreal number for these embossed roses, not embroidered, sort of stitched in, which was the which would have been the rage back then, but I never got this skirt. So the designers kept it for herself, for him for his wife, sister. So, anyways, I would like to comment on the Home and Garden magazine. It's a UK publication, as is Yoga, and the pictures I saw. There's one issue of Home and Garden magazine, and I saw pictures of uh, studies, and living rooms where there were bookcases, kind of like our home. And there was a lot of richness to it because books always act as a beautiful background. And even if you pick up a book once in a while and actually get down to finishing it, and another room had a couch, blue couch, and a dark blue paint on the walls, and a seascape matching the couch. That was simply splendid. All right, and there were a few. You can look up the pictures. One intricate design, kind of maybe East Indian because there were elephants and small, very intricate, big piece, tapestry kind of a thing. Very nice, very tastefully done, not too garish. Sometimes in East Indian, colors and gold thread and silver thread, which is okay unless it's overdone. And so that was good. And I got the thought that I would look up a book, literary reference, which described libraries, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find, I just looked at one book and I tried to remember, and Pride and Prejudice, because there's this place where they go to Pembley, where she visits Pembley Woods, Pembley Manor, Pembley Woods, where which is Mr. Darcy's residence, and it's open to the public. And I thought I would be sure to find a library description there, but it was not there. There's of course Gone with the Wind. There's a fireplace description, and I assume there must have been books. And I said this in my own written script, which I read a reading enactment, which had a reading enactment by me on my YouTube web page, and so I would like to point out that there was something else. Portraits in a room, the whole family portraits, and uh, Pemberley Woods had in the gallery there were many family portraits, but they could have little to fix the attention of a stranger. Elizabeth walked on in quest of the only face whose features would be known to her. At last, it arrested her, and she beheld a striking resemblance of Mr. Darcy with such a smile over the face as she remembered to have sometimes seen when he looked at her. She stood several minutes before the picture in earnest contemplation and returned to it again before they quitted the gallery. And it goes on, that the story goes on. And I have pictures of the library. This is part two. Pictures of the library. This is a painting, and it's rich again. The librarian looks a little old and decrepit, but he is reading a book, and he's looking up, and he's brave enough to climb the ladder. And this is by this painting, Carl Spitwig. Uh, it's a German painting, I think. De Becken. Oh my God, I need the lamp. De Becken, because it's a foreign language. De Becken Warm or something like that. And it's an 1850 painting. Carl Spiesweg. Carl the Der Butcher Worn or something like that. And I saw another painting. All these, I think these postcards are greeting cards I picked up in Montreal Museum of Art. And this is another, but this is just a pile of books. Like our living room. So see, rich decor. This is by Ger Benshoff, Fallen. So I thought that this would be a nice accompaniment to my observations from the Home and Garden magazine. And as for yoga, well, you can look up the issue, and there are a number of poses, yoga postures, and which are still popular. And there's a lot more to it, and there's a whole lot of philosophical discussion and etc. And I thought I would look up Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books to see if there is a reference to yoga. And I went through faithfully some of it. And do you know what the the sign of in the book, the sign of four? It's a lost the bookmark. Blue pie. And the would you believe it? And it lost, and it's in the sign of four. And I'm not getting the actual portion, but you can look it up. It could be page 93, and it destroyed my appetite for thoughts. Because once in a while, you tend to wear skimpy panties, thongs, and lacy panties. And way back when my son was young, I used to wear G-strings. So thongs is a description for this, for this piece of clothing on yogic men and hermits and everything. In Canada, it's called a langoot. It's called a thong. It destroyed my appetite, really, for thongs completely. I don't think it will. So it's in the sign of four. Look it up, page. Now, but this is the big book. It has all, the entire collection. So that's what I wanted to observe, and about yoga. And then another thing was yoga could be yuga. Yuga is era, era plus om, and it's a compound word. It's a fusion of words, the two of them, yuga om, era and the beginning of creation om. So that I thought is my observation, but there's a lot more out there. Please read it and consult experts. And I came up with this whole thought. If I were to write like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which would be very difficult because he had all these clues and Sherlock Holmes guessing um, from the clues what the personality of the man, of the criminal mastermind could be. And writing the style of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes sees a jumble of footprints and other prints, remarkably like hand marks, but not easy to read. Being Holmes, he ponders away and tells Watson, "Elementary, my dear Watson. Did you know that the Daily Telegraph had a column on yoga, the East Indian science of healthy well-being, exercise, etc.? The man, well trained in yogic exercise, pocketed the £1,000,000 jewelry, did the Chakrasana, changed it to the Sarvangasana, and then ended with the Halasana and somersaulted his way out. No footprints, no fingerprints, merely a jumble of marks." So, I could do this very well, but years ago. So I'll give it a little bit of a shot. So this is my version of current Chakrasana, which would be, oh my God, I can't even bend backwards. I would hurt myself. So bend backwards, completely standing this way, and then bend down, lift up your legs completely. That's Sarvangasana, and then go back. It's like a plow. Halasana is like a plow, a farmer's plow. So you go back completely on the feet, the legs, and then if you're an expert acrobat, somersault out. Voila, perfect robbery. No fingerprints, no footprints, million pound jewelry out. But the criminal wouldn't have bargained for Sherlock Holmes. He's going to catch him. So there you go. Anyways, so I thought I should let you enjoy the rest of your Christmas and look up Home and Garden, yoga, and magazines, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.